He texted the phrase that only lived on my Instagram profile for 9 minutes.
9 minutes where? In a story?
No, that is the part that made me feel crazy. It was the label on my profile link.
Okay, start with the guy.
His name is Miles. 2 Hinge dates, 1 almost third date. Then he sent the classic, "I am just slammed this week" text.
The most flexible breakup sentence ever invented.
Absolutely. I did not chase him. I muted the chat, stopped watching his stories, and told myself 2 dates is not a heartbreak.
But it was enough to keep checking your phone.
It was enough to make silence feel personal.
Then the red booth shows up.
I went out with someone new. Nothing dramatic, just tacos, 1 blurry photo dump, and in the corner of one photo there was this bright red vinyl booth.
Soft launch without calling it a soft launch.
Right. No face, no tag, just enough for people to wonder.
Did Miles like it?
No like. No reply, no story reaction. Not even one of those lazy fire emojis.
So at that point you had nothing.
That is what I kept saying. Then my friend Tessa texts me, "Change your profile link label to Red Booth Energy for a second. See if he notices."
That is not a great life strategy.
I know, but it felt harmless because nobody checks link labels, right?
People check the weirdest things when they are trying to look casual.
I changed it at 11:48. It was not a post. It was not a story. It was just the little public label under my bio.
And you removed it?
At 11:57. 9 minutes. I changed it back to my normal link.
Then what happened?
At 1:07 a.m., Miles texted, "Red Booth Energy is a choice."
That is too specific to feel random.
That is what Tessa said. She said, "Girl, he is checking your profile. Case closed."
But case closed is where people get themselves in trouble.
Because he could have seen the photo dump.
Yes, he could have seen the red booth in the photo. He could have heard it from someone. He could have tapped your profile after the post. The text is a clue. It is not a confession.
But the phrase was not in the post. The phrase was only in the link label.
That makes it stronger. It still does not make it total certainty.
This is where Synapse AI would have helped me calm down, honestly.
Because it would not turn him into a villain. It would organize the pattern.
Exactly. It can look at IG profile visit signals, repeat visitor behavior, story to profile jumps, and timing windows.
But it cannot tell you, Miles felt jealous at 1:07 in the morning, guaranteed.
No, and it should not. The useful thing was smaller. After I posted the soft launch, there was quiet profile activity. After I changed the link label, he used the exact phrase.
That is enough to notice.
It is not enough to restart the whole almost relationship in my head.
What did you text back?
I wrote, "Did you want to ask me about the date, or did you just want to comment on my profile?"
Good. Clean question.
He waited 20 minutes. Then he said, "I saw the post and it felt weird."
That is honest, but still not effort.
That line saved me, because he did not ask to see me. He did not apologize for disappearing. He just wanted to know if I had moved on before he had.
Attention is not the same as clarity.
So I stopped testing my profile. I went on the second Red Booth date, and I left the link label alone.
That is the real takeaway. The signal can tell you where to look. It cannot choose for you. What did Tessa say after that?
She wanted me to make the link label something worse, like "second date confirmed."
That is how people turn a clue into a little courtroom.
Exactly. And for 10 minutes I wanted to do it. I wanted a cleaner answer than his actual answer.
Because his actual answer was messy.
Messy and useful. He noticed enough to comment. He did not care enough to be clear.
That is the part people miss with IG signals. The pattern can point to attention, but effort still has to happen in real life.
And once I saw it that way, the whole thing got less romantic. He was not reaching for me. He was checking whether I was still available.
So the profile clue did not tell you to answer him.
No, it told me to stop pretending silence was neutral. He had access. He had curiosity. He still chose a comment instead of a plan.
That is a brutal little distinction.
It helped, though, because I did not need to decode him forever. I just needed to notice the difference between being watched and being chosen.
And what happened with the red booth guy?
He asked for the second date before lunch the next day. No hidden label, no guessing game, just, "Are you free Thursday?"
That is less mysterious, which is usually healthier.
Search Google for Synapse AI Instagram if you want to understand your own IG profile signals.